Hello everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful time. Today I would like to share trying out these JBL Studio 6 series and 5 series back to back here in my system. I also try them in my main system, but I'm a little bit busy with something else on my main system and I'm running out of space a little bit, so I set up this right here using my old amplifier with this SMS audio D400EX DAC and playing directly from my Mac via USB cable with Audio playback software and listening to my favorite music. And I'm using just RCA out to my main amplifier. Before I do this quick comparison, I would like to say thank you to JBL and Harman International and Harman Luxury Group for helping me with this, my request of these binding post cup. But all I need is what these cups, but they sent me whole assembly anyway, because these are for JBL L100 Classic 75th. Some of you know I like to play around with these terminals because I tried different type of terminals like Vibox and WBT and etc. So I like to try them, and it took a while because they don't have it in stock since L100 Classic 75th is the limited edition and the inventory is already gone and they have to special order it for me. So highly appreciate it. Thank you very much. They have very different horn design. Studio 530 has a little bit of a old school style horn that JBL used to have in a lot of the synthesis speakers and home theater speakers that they use. They are using very same JBL compression driver 2414H. I believe that's a modern number. The 630 has a little bit of bump on edge of the horn, so that way probably it can increase the velocity and a little bit more pressurized, more immediacy when they pushed out all the frequencies. So that's the design, I believe. It totally shows it as well in sound quality, which can create enormously wide soundstage, and width and depth is incredibly good for this size and this price of the speaker. In the other hand, the Studio 530 can give you nice and precise sound signature with a little bit of forwardness in upper range of frequency, especially above like 4,000 hertz region is a bit more forward than the 630 is producing, and back-to-back listening and the mid-range quality, the 630 have a nice and warm organic feeling sound signature to it compared to this 530. 530 seems a little bit more on transparent, yet a little bit hardness in overall sound that it can redeliver to you. So that's where the major difference is. And bass quality, 530 have a little bit tighter response, but if you really listen to it, the width and depth of the bass reproduction is 630 is wider and deeper. But how deep it can go is comparable, but the width and depth that this 630 can produce make it sound deeper the way that it can sound out of the speaker. Those are major differences aside from the overall design. 630 have a magnetically attached grill and it has more different color choices, and the overall build quality, 530 cabinet design makes it more solid feeling to it when you lift it and when you handling it. The binding post, 530 has bi-wireable, bi-ampable terminals in the back, but 630 only have a small stereo binding post. If you are a big fan of bi-amping and bi-wiring, it may not be great choice for you. And 530 totally have a good quality, much better quality binding post than the 630 have. And overall cabinetry and everything, fit and finish and the way it designed, I really like the design of 630. But 530, I'm also a big fan of 530 design as well. 630 weights heavier, almost 20 pounds. 530 is a little over 17 pounds, so about 3 pounds different in weight. Overall tonal balance and sound signature, I would say 530 is good and precise with very good mid-range, but 630 totally outdo it in, like, especially in mid-range to high frequency extension with nice and more control without brightness and harshness in upper range of frequency. Because if you play this 530 speaker loud enough, like 80 to 85 dB range, it can get decently bright in upper range of frequency, and it will sound forward as well in upper range of frequency. But 630 doesn't do that. It almost like like British design kind of speaker kind of behavior with nice and warmish tone and balance with more forgiving kind of sound reproduction, yet still giving you very accurate notes. So that's where the differences are. If you like warmer and more natural and more organic feeling, mid-range and high frequency quality, I would say go with 630. But if you like nice and precise, yet a little bit on brighter side of upper range of frequency and a little bit of narrower soundscape and width that you prefer listening to, more directional kind of sound quality, this 530 may be great choice for you the way that it designed. That's the difference between these two speakers. So when I was recording the sound sample track, little rubbing noise on the bar with the acoustic strings are more apparent and more realistic with 630. This 530 can do that, but not as good as 630 can do, and as well as female voices and vocals, 630 is more natural and more effortless and realistic feeling to it. This Studio 530 for me is one of my all-time favorite alongside KEF LS50, original LS50. But when I listen to this 630, I love the way that they make it sound better and they make it more accurate, yet more natural as well as engaging to listen. Nice and warmish mid-range and upper mid-range region with very good high frequency extension as well as bass extension, and depth and width and scale that it can produce is very good. I mean, one of the very good buy and great buy in $1,000 price range. Originally, MSRP price on 530 is like $600. So new 630 is $700. So they only increased $100, unlike other manufacturers. So if you are looking for great sounding, affordable, good quality stand mount speaker, I can highly recommend you to try 630. If you like a little bit of older type of a JBL sound, then 530 will be great choice for you. In this room, the subwoofer for the music and movies, both I prefer to cross them over at around 40 hertz range. Otherwise, it sounded a little bit thick, so that's why I try to keep really good articulate openness and spaciousness. So that is the main strength of the Studio 630. It has more open and spacious sound. 530 will have a little bit more directive, focus sound signature. So that's where the differences are. But overall tone and balance and refinement and engagement, I would say 630 is better buy for you in terms of overall sound quality. So that is my experience, my friend, trying them back to back in my system. Thank you very much for watching and happy listening.
to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I've crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. It keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. Keeps me searching and I'm growing old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Been a miner for a heart of gold. It's these expressions that never give that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. They keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I've crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. It keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. Keeps me searching and I'm growing old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. I've been a